Sora, come clean up the box. You were interested in early. Come clean up the box. She's ignoring me. So hello and welcome to domytriesthis. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug is my D mug for Domino. Also for my birth name, which I never use, don't respond to. So we'll go with for Domino. And I honestly can't remember when or where I got this. It could have been a mug that my daughter found for me at Kroger, because I do remember, or over at Walgreens, because I remember us looking at mugs. But it could also be a mug that I brought from California. I have no idea. I don't remember. Folks, I've got over 150 mugs. I don't remember. Anyway, in my D mug is the David's Tea Organic Cinnamon Rooibos Chai. This was in my March Sips By. Hopefully this will go up in March. If not, this was from my March Sips By. Yeah, so we're going to give this a try and let's see how it tastes. This is supposed to be very simple. Everything's organic. Rooibos, apple, cinnamon flavor. Yeah. So it sounds really good. Sounds really good. So we're going to go ahead and give it a taste and we will go ahead and get started. It smells nice. It smells very chai. Okay, it could be because it just started steeping, but that is a very delicate tea. Not getting apple yet, but there is sweetness that could be either the apple or the sugar that I put in there. We'll just let it sit. We're going to go ahead and get started. I am still trying to catch up on all those mini reviews from last year. Really, I am. I've got another pile set aside that I still need to get to, but I've been trying to get to this one for a while now. Honestly, I was trying to get to it towards the end of last year, I do believe, and then it just kept going. Something else would always come up. So today I am going to finally review my Kaleidos items that I purchased. And I have to say, overall, mixed results. Let's go ahead and get started with probably the most disappointing item in the bunch. And that would be the Futurism 6 Lunar Lavender. This palette was so frustrating. It really, really was. Not even approaching it as a pastel palette, because really these colors are very light. They're very kind of pastel-y for the most part. But not even, I do like the packaging. I do like this triple type of opening here. But not even approaching these light colors here as pastels helped me much. This purple I think performed okay. This is like a topper, but in general they were just... the shimmers are awful. The lightest one is probably intended as a topper, this one here. But both are still patchy, even when used as with a sponge tip. I use these a lot of times for fussier type of eyeshadows, particularly the shimmers that need kind of help. And I do spray these sometimes with setting spray. That usually helps for most of the shimmery type shades, and I usually get a really good covering with using these instead of a brush. That didn't help. It was still just the mattes are fine to decent, but I'm not particularly a matte girl, as you know, so I wouldn't keep it for the mattes at all. So for me, those mattes would really need to be more than just decent. They would have to be really, really good. They'd have to be like Hip Dot or Violet Voss good, or, you know, Nomad good, for me to want to keep this and continue to use this. I'm telling you, this was just so frustrating. These colors are right up my alley. You'd think I would just love this palette, but it just did not work for me. I don't like fighting with my makeup, and I feel like I have to every time I use this. I get better pigmentation from other palettes that cost less and give me more. This is going to go to my daughter, and I actually, I feel horrible in a way, because a lot of the influencers and YouTubers that I like Kaleidos. They love Kaleidos. Maybe I was over expecting. I don't know. But I was thinking about getting the Nyquist palette, and I just can't justify the price when I had so much issues with this one. Now, there is a difference. The Nyquist palette has brighter colors, bolder colors, and this one is more pastel. But, I mean, I can't justify the cost when I couldn't get the one that I did purchase earlier. I couldn't get it to work for me. It was very, very frustrating. And I will admit that it is kind of pastel-y, so that there are probably some skin tone issues involved. However, no, this is going to my daughter. I'm not at all impressed. I probably will never buy another Kaleidos palette again. It would have to be something outstanding. I mean, if they collabed with Spooky Lips, I would buy it because I support her. But it would have to be something like that, or it would just have to really run up my alley and have some colors that I do not have in my collection, which would be hard to do at this point, as my daughter keeps trying to remind me, for me to want to buy a palette from them again. I can't. So this is going to go to my daughter. I'm not going to keep it. No. No. Okay, so everything else was a little better. A lot better. We'll go to the contour. This is the Charisma contour palette. This one is in the warm and medium. So this was a somewhat confusing palette. As you look, this is definitely warm and medium, but if you look at this one, it's more cool toned. I did find a use for this, but it was just like, okay, it's warm and medium, but this is really cool toned. At any rate, I do think the warmer contour shade runs on the cooler end of warm, so that is true. It is warm, but it's more on the cooler end of warm. But the undertone is cool, and the deeper color is definitely on the cool side. Because of that, there's a chance that this will end up somewhat ashy on those who have a true warm tone skin. I'm neutral. I can do silver and gold. I can do cool and warm. One of my daughters has commented that she finds it very interesting how my skin tone seems to change based on some of the shades I use. It'll look warmer with some shades and cooler with others. That's part of being neutral. Anyway, I follow on TikTok gave this piece of advice for trying to figure out if you are a warm or cool toned undertone. Basically said if you, trying to remember now, if you tan, you cool tone. If you burn, you're warm tone. If you burn then tan, or some combination of burn and tan, then you're neutral. So I burn and tan. I didn't used to do that. It's kind of weird, but I didn't used to do that. I do lean a bit warmer, but I have found that the only things that end up looking ashy on me are those that are actually ashy shades. So this one could end up looking a little ashy on me, but the way I use it, it doesn't. So all that said, I do like this as a contour palette. I really enjoy it. It's a buildable palette rather than so pigmented that it has to be used delicately. You all know I got the Carity blushes, and I told you have to be very careful with them because they will make you look clown-like. This one does not do that. This one is... you can build it up. You can put on a very delicate type of a contour, or you can keep building it up till you get what you want. I also really like this brightener shade. I like using it under my eyes. I like using it on my nose to brighten those areas up. And once I have figured out how to use it, this darker shade actually works, even though it's on the cooler end. I use it to shadow underneath my neck a little to kind of hide that, reduce the look of the extra skin under here. Warmer tones, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but warmer tones seem to bring a little bit more attention to it. Using something cooler seems to help shadow it out a little bit, so that's really nice. The darker shade doesn't bother me so much anymore. So this is a really nice palette. I've really enjoyed it, and I've reached for it even when I have other things that are in my stash for the month. Like I said, I really enjoy it. I do recommend these. Of course, once you buy one of these, you're done. I don't think you need to buy any more. They do have a fair and I think a darker. I haven't really looked at the shades, but I'm not sure if the darker would be dark enough for really dark tones is the only thing. They are, I believe, a Swedish brand. Are you guys a Swedish brand? None of your boxes say where you come from. None of their boxes and things say where they come from. But at any rate, I did enjoy this. I do think this is worth the money that I paid for it, which I can't remember. It'll all be listed down below as usual. So I will be keeping this. I will continue to use this. I am tempted to throw it into my stash box right now. Because like I said, I really enjoyed it. And I only have one in there right now for contour. And but yeah, I highly recommend that one. It's really nice. So the next thing I have is the Star Surfer. This is from their Space Age highlighters. This is interesting packaging. This is cardboard, and this is cardboard. This is metal. It's a nice metal tin, which is, I find interesting. The color is really beautiful. It's nice and light and shimmery. And it goes really nicely up here. So even for my skin tone, it looks like it'd be a little light, but it is beautiful. This is beautiful. It's buildable, so you could have a nice glow or an outright shine. I can understand why a lot of people like the Kaleidos highlighters, because I've heard a lot of good things about them. And even when layered on, it does not accentuate my texture, which is a really big plus for me. I have highlighters that even putting one layer on will end up accentuating my texture in here. This doesn't do that with multiple layers, so that's really nice. I do enjoy this, and I'm going to keep this as well. Like you saw, it is a beautiful color. It really is. It's kind of on the, I think it's on the pinky side, pinky side. I don't know if you can see. But it is kind of towards the pinky side. So it's a beautiful highlighter, like I said. But it's very light and it's gorgeous, and I really enjoy this. So I'll be keeping this as well. One of my other favorites, this would be kind of in the middle of my favorites, sort of, so to speak. I really enjoyed the contour. So this would probably be second or third in line, because I think the other two items that I have, or the other item I still have, actually kind of ties with the contour, is something I like. And that is the Lip Tonic. This is in the shade Collision. It is also beautiful. I love this formula. It's smooth and creamy, and the color is really nice. I actually, though, thought this was a deeper kind of red when I saw it on the website. As you can see, it's more of an orangey red. It's not a true blue red, but I do like this, and it does go really well with the e.l.f. I can put the e.l.f. over it, and that'll reduce that orange pinky tone to it. It is smooth and creamy and pigmented, non-drying. It's probably one of my favorite products in the bunch, and I actually want to buy more of these. This one I'm happy with. I don't have other colors, so I'm happy with. This one is a question mark as to why I buy more. I like it, but I have so many highlighters, I don't see the point in picking up another one. This one I want more. I want more colors. I like the Lip Tonic. It's a beautiful, you can see it's got a nice sheen of its own. It's very comfortable. I like it. So honestly, like I said, the biggest disappointment was this palette. It's going to go to my daughter, but I think these two like rank in the top, 1, 2, but it's barely a 2 because it's really, really good. And this is like number 3. I enjoy it. I like it, but like I said, I have enough highlighters. This one I want more of. I really, really do, and I do recommend it if you can get a hold of it. They are kind of pricey. Like I said, price will be down below. They are kind of pricey. So, and then of course the shipping is not cheap either. I mean, it's not horrible as far as I recall. I do recall that when I bought the 4 of these, I spent about $70 somewhere in there. So that's a lot of money. And I think this was like 18 or something. So just be aware, it is a pricier brand. And if you're going to just pick one thing from the brand to purchase, I would say get the Lip Tonic. It's a bit pricey for, lipstick, especially nowadays. But this is a really, really nice formula. So overall, like I said, mixed bag. It's generally on the positive side, and I'm sure if I'd really paid attention to these shades and had picked up a different one of the Futurism palettes, particularly some of the more recent ones, I think have gone a little darker in their shades or something, I think I'd be much happier. But these colors here, it just didn't work for me. It just didn't work for me at all. I do like the packaging a lot, but that's not, what's inside has got to be able to work for you, and it really didn't work for me. unfortunately. Anyway, so have you tried Kaleidos? Let me know down below what you thought, what you tried. Do you have recommendations of something that you think I should try? The Nyquist palette, I believe, is no longer available. I'm not positive about that, but never know. So that is it for the day, and I hope you like what you've seen. And if you do like what you've seen, I hope you will subscribe. When you subscribe, please hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. I currently upload 2 days a week, Monday and Thursday. However, we have bonus videos. I just did a couple of bonus videos in March. We opened a couple of indie brands. My son opened his Kiki box. And we also, if you send anything, that would be opened in his bonus video as well, unless you don't want me to. If you don't want me to, put a note in your package saying, please do not open this on the channel. Or you can join the Domi Tries This Facebook group, which is listed down below. And you can let me know on there that you have a package coming my way and you do not want it opened on the channel. And I will quite happily honor your request. If you're part of my notification squad, please check both your bell and your subscription to make sure they're both still active. If you are interested in any of those bonus videos, you do need to have that bell clicked so they do not go up on regular upload days. And if you choose not to subscribe, well, I think I can forgive you. There's a lot out there. I get it. You don't need to be hanging out with this old dragon all the time. Although, like I said, we really do like having you around. So, you know what? If you don't subscribe, you're always welcome back here because we enjoy having the company. And when you do come back again, don't forget to bring your cup of tea, milk, water, wine, cheese and crackers, beer, coffee, whatever you're interested in. You can go ahead and bring that along to sit and watch while we do our thing and visit for the day. Alrighty, so it's been about 20 minutes. Gonna go ahead and give her a sip so we can get on our way. Get this off my face. It's been a long filming day. Alrighty. This is a very delicate tea. It's very good. I like it. I'm still not getting apple. And that is the second ingredient. But I think that's what's helping to sweeten it up. I'm not actually getting the flavor of apple. I do get the cinnamon. I like the tea. That's a good tea. I will have to look in at David's tea and think about purchasing more. I think I like that one. That one is really, really nice. Alrighty, so that's it. Hope you have a good one.